Hi, I'm Jason and welcome to Dosatron University. Today, Dosatron's troubleshooting video series features the D25RE09 11 GPM injector. In this video, I will use a strap wrench and a Phillips head screwdriver. It's best to perform troubleshooting in a clean area, or if your Dosatron is in line, cover your concentrate tank so you won't lose any of the parts. The three key areas in troubleshooting are 1. The injector is clicking but not drawing the concentrate. 2. The injector is clicking but water is going down into the tank. And 3. The injector isn't clicking. The first two are the most common. If your Dosatron is clicking but not drawing the concentrate, it could be as simple as the strainer is plugged with debris. Take a look at the strainer. If it's clogged, just clean it, turn on the water and retest your Dosatron unit. If the unit is still not drawing the concentrate, unscrew and remove the hose nut and hose. Check to see if you feel suction on your finger. If you feel suction, cut a ½ inch off the top of the hose and reattach it. But if the hose is cracked, rigid, or looks really old, just replace it. After you reinstall the suction hose, you should see the liquid begin moving up the hose. If you don't see liquid moving up the hose after a minute or so, or you didn't feel suction on your finger, we need to check the plunger seal. To do this, turn the water off and press the air bleed button on the lid a few times to release the pressure. Use the strap wrench to loosen the lid. Then remove it and set aside. Grasp the white valve support and pull the piston straight out of the body. Set the body aside and take a close look at the plunger seal for nicks, scratches, or wear. If you see damage or don't remember the last time you changed the seal, just replace it now. To replace the seal, pinch it and roll it off of the plunger. Install the new seal into the groove. Carefully insert the piston back into the body and replace the lid hand tight. Slowly turn the water on and the unit should begin to click. It should be drawing the concentrate. If your injector is pushing water down into the concentrate tank, it's time to investigate the check valve. To do this, remove the hose nut and set aside. Unscrew and remove the check valve nut. Grasp the white barb and pull the check valve assembly straight out. It usually comes out in 2 pieces. The top part that includes a spring is 1 piece and shouldn't be disassembled. To investigate the check valve, carefully lift the cone from the retainer and look at the bottom side of the cone. Then carefully lift the retainer from the seal. If you see anything lodged or stuck, remove it. If the spring is deformed or stretched, you will need to replace the complete check valve assembly. To reassemble, place the check valve assembly into the top of the barb. Then press it into the stem as shown and reinstall the check valve nut hand tight. Now thread the suction hose nut onto the hose. Slide it onto the barb and hand tighten the nut. This should stop water from going back into the concentrate tank. If the injector isn't clicking, turn the water off and press the air bleed button on the top of the lid a few times to release the pressure. Use the strap wrench to loosen the lid. Then remove and set it aside. Grasp the white valve support and pull the piston straight out of the body. Inspect the white valve support on the top. Press the push rod down and check the 2 actuator springs on the bottom. If they are broken or missing, just replace them. You can visually inspect the upper and lower flanges on the piston shell. If they are worn or have deep scratches, the piston shell and push rod O-ring need to be replaced. Also, check the piston shell's fit inside the body. To do this, invert the piston and slide it into the body. It should be a snug fit. If it feels loose, the piston shell and push rod O-ring need to be replaced. To replace the piston shell, use a small tip Phillips screwdriver and remove the valve support screw and plastic retainer. Press the push rod up and slide the valve support off the inlet valve and set aside. Next, remove the 4 screws in the center of the piston shell to release the actuator assembly. Pull the actuator assembly out and discard the old piston shell. Put the new push rod O-ring on top of the push rod and slide it down as far as it will go. Then position the actuator assembly in the shell as shown and hold firmly. Now reinstall the 4 screws and hand tighten them in a star pattern. Press the white plastic portion of the actuator side to side. If there's any movement, retighten the screws. Reinstall the valve support by sliding it onto the inlet valve. Next, position the retainer and hand tighten the screw. Test the piston by pressing the push rod from the top and bottom. It should click each time. Insert the piston back into the body and hand tighten the lid. Your injector should now be clicking and drawing concentrate. That's all for now. We hope this video has been helpful in troubleshooting your Dosatron D25RE09 injector. For more information, please give us a call at 800-523-8499 or visit us online at dosatronusa.com. To see our other videos, check out our YouTube channel or visit the video page on our website. I'm Jason Maddox at Dosatron University. Thanks for watching.